Welcome to the Tech Pro channel. I'm recording this with the
Carry on, come on. Which model is that? Well, we're recording this with the new Eken Alfawise True 4K action camera, and it's time to check its main features. It is quite unbelievable to see true 4K action camera for around $65. And the question is, did Eken and Alfawise cut the right corners? We may find out in just a few minutes. The first big thing to say, here is a new giveaway. So check the description of the video to find out how to try your luck winning the new Eken Alfawise V50 Pro. This summer was rather poor on great action cam announcements, but we got a few new models, and this one is among the interesting. On paper, flagship hardware, manufactured by a Chinese company known for some controversial products, I mean here Eken, combined with the aggressive desire of GearBest's Alfawise to establish itself as a brand on the market. Gonna start with the good. This is a true 4K camera. I may usually behave like a very positive person, always ready to see the good in each product and to respect deeply each and every second that a company has spent on developing a product, but at the same time, I'm almost always skeptical, trying to put myself in the shoes of the most critical people that could watch the channel. So one of the first things I've thought, it's impossible to pack Ambarella A12 chipset in such a cheap camera. Luckily, I was wrong. This is really powered by Ambarella's A12 S75, and I can confirm that even by the file structure created on the SD card. The chipset is very well known from the Firefly 8S, the Thieye T5e, and the SJ7 Star by SJCam. But there is a very different sensor. And here's a surprise. This is the same one as the sensor used in the LG G6, a Sony IMX 258, which is 13 megapixels. Now, to understand whether the IMX 258 is better than the IMX 117 used in the cameras mentioned, and also used by the GoPro Hero 5, some tech data. The pixel size on the 258 sensor is 1.12 micrometers, while on the 117 is 1.5 micrometers, and knowing that both of them have similar pixel count, 13 versus 12 megapixels, there will be more light coming through the pixels of the IMX 117. Obviously, this makes the sensor in the Eken Alfawise camera a bit worse. The most obvious result will be getting more noise and grainy areas, especially in low light footage. On the other side, software optimization can make a huge difference even with similar spec hardware. We will come back to this point in just a while. Let's have a proper start and check the retail box. Model is code V50 Pro. Not sure why this model equals Akasso's current model. One of my favorite things about Eken's cameras is the awesome box with accessories that they offer. Since we're going budget here, these are a bit less than usual, but again, we count on a nice tripod, a remote controller and bunch of mounts besides the waterproof case. As usual, the box is really wonderful and giving the confidence that we get a device which is well designed. Taking the camera outside the waterproof case, we can feel the coating of the all-plastic body. The build doesn't strike with great quality, but is acceptable. Overall, I'd classify it as slightly worse than the build quality of SJCam's SJ4000. Apparently there is no point of comparing it with the much more expensive GoPros. The battery is well known from every single Eken's model for the past year, with capacity of 1050 mAh and a price which may push you towards getting spares, as they're quite cheap, around $5. On the other side, the availability of the micro USB port makes it easy to charge the camera on the go, even while you're shooting. To highlight again what matters about the hardware, Ambarella A12S75 chipset with Sony IMX 258 sensor behind a 170-degree wide-angle lens and 1050 mAh battery that will provide up to an hour and 20 minutes of shooting time. Let's go through the modes together. Apparently Eken's menu is touchscreen optimized. The display here is not touch-based, however, so unfortunately navigation is a bit challenging, at least at the start. Short clicks of the power button will move you around the menus, the shutter button is used for selecting, and the Wi-Fi button could be used as exit or back button. Takes a while until you get used to, but in time it becomes easier. In the past months there have been many Eken cameras that I've reviewed, and usually they have the same flows, so the menus didn't really strike with extraordinary features. Each one of the supported resolutions can operate at 30 FPS. The maximum frame rate per second is 60, and it is available with 1080p and 720p. In my understanding, the lack of 120 FPS is likely because of the sensor and the fact that higher frame rate may result in lower picture quality. Quite a pity, because almost every Ambarella A12 based action cam can record 2.5K at 60 FPS and may offer 120 frames per second on Full HD. Lately, I noticed a lot of comments about manufacturers focusing too much on 4K, and therefore I decided to thoroughly test 1080p over here. The more samples you watch, the more obvious will become the two main downsides. Firstly, there is no electronic image stabilization, and secondly, you will notice some noise even on footage recorded at daylight, which really surprised me. The cam has quite a decent microphone, the level of background sounds that it picks is just about right and sounds good for an action cam mic. While we're doing this second microphone test, I just want to say a few words about the application. There's a smartphone app. Wouldn't be a surprise to say it's exactly the same as used by the Eken action cameras. It's called Easy iCam, and what you can do is to switch between the different resolutions, switch the modes, and there is a primitive video editor. Not bad, I would say, for something which is rated about 2.4 in Google Play Store. There are available shooting modes for video or photo time-lapse. The video lapse is very convenient and steps are between half of a second up to 30. Nothing fancy besides that, I'm afraid. You could configure the exposure, but that's pretty much all of it. Honestly, I do believe that the hardware that Alfawise picked for this camera is good, however the firmware somewhat limits its potential. While you're watching at some footage, as if I use the V50 Pro instead of my dashcam, there is no dedicated car mode, no long exposure, no diving mode, no slow motion. The greatest strength is the price. Right now, I can't think of another model that offers true 4K at a price below $70, and I guess now you do realize which have been the corners cut. And still, the price for this cam is almost half of what other cams with the same processor will cost. This time I'm gonna stay away from sharing personal opinion. I would like to see yours, and I'm sure that Alfawise will be closely watching the thread in order to see your feedback and possibly integrate it in its future developments. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Check the description below the video for more information. It's been a great pleasure and opportunity to check this very affordable native 4K device. If you like the video, show me your support by liking and sharing this video, and I'll make sure to soon be back with more awesome and cool tech. Bye!